An airplane skids off the runway at Bush Airport. KHOU viewer Jeff Schunit sent in this pic. United Airlines telling us the SkyWest plane was touching down in Houston at Bush around 2:20, traveling in from Victoria when it went off the runway. 8R is the runway. There were 16 people on board, no injuries.
That's pretty miraculous. Meteorologist Pat Kavlin, a licensed pilot, to tell us more about this. Walk us through this situation.
So this looks like a small commuter jet, again, coming in from Victoria, Texas. So a really quick flight here. They use those smaller jets for these kinds of flights. What it looked like in that photo is that the plane skidded off to the side of the runway. It does not look like it overshot the runway. I mean, you have to understand these runways are huge, upwards, 1 to 2 miles in length. So it's plenty of room for these types of airplanes to use for landing. It does look like the plane either dug into the dirt or once it went off the runway, the gear may have collapsed. Amazing though, like you said, no injuries reported. There's no fire there either. So this happened around 2:20. There's a number of different things that could have caused this. Obviously, we're not going to speculate, but weather is not an issue. Braking conditions on the runway were fine. The runway was dry, so we're not dealing with any hydroplaning concerns. The wind was not a big issue either. Winds were around 10 to 15 miles per hour at the time of landing, which is more than easy enough for these pilots. So this was likely a mechanical issue. It could have been a hydraulics failure. It could have been an issue with the front wheel, the steering system. It could have been an issue with the differential braking. So a lot to kind of come out with this over the next few weeks once they investigate.
And our producer's telling us it's actually 3 crew members and 12 passengers on board, so 15 people on board.
Okay.
And at last check, there was a United official who mentioned that the plane and those passengers would be heading back to Gate B, so Terminal B, I should say.
An eventful Wednesday for them.
Yeah, glad they're all okay. Thank you so much, Pat.